4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register Sports Editor, Nathan Hutchison.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and we very much appreciate you checking us out this week. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we will have an interview with Madison Central Boys Basketball Coach Alan Feldhause. He'll be giving us an update on what has been a very interesting season so far for the Indians. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of interesting stuff happened to the Indians, but they are sitting there at 17-9 and one of the favorites to win the 11th Region Championship as we head back into the postseason. Only 1 week left in the regular season. District tournament starts next Monday. So Coach Feldhause will be here to tell us all about his team and how things are looking for them as they head toward the postseason. But as we usually do, we want to start off the show with a recap of the week that was in Madison County Sports. And we'll start off with high school diving. Madison Southern's Patterson sisters have been a staple at the KHSAA state diving meet for pretty much the last decade. And a pair of those sisters was back on the podium again on Saturday. The state championship was held at Falling Springs in Versailles, and it was sophomore Reagan Patterson finishing third and senior Lainey Patterson wrapping up her high school career with a 6th place finish at the 2022 state diving championships. Since 2015, these 3 sisters, and of course Flannery graduated in 2020, but those 3 sisters have combined to have 13 top 10 finishes at the state diving meet. So that family has really kind of been a juggernaut as far as diving in the state of Kentucky. But on Saturday, it was Peyton Moore of Cooper claiming her 2nd straight state title. Caitlin Cavalry of Sacred Heart was 2nd, and Reagan Patterson was 3rd. And after the meet was over, we got a chance to talk to Lainey and Reagan.
All right, we're here at Falling Springs in Versailles for the KHSAA State Diving Championship. And once again, it's Madison Southern's Reagan Patterson, Lainey Patterson making it to the podium and bringing home those medals. Reagan with a 3rd place finish, and Lainey with a 6th place finish. So congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Lainey, it's last time you've been coming here since you were in the 5th grade.
Yes.
So this is your last state championship. You get a nice surge there at the end. You really came on. I think you were in 12th at one point.
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle at the beginning, but I pulled it together.
I mean, like I said, you've been coming here since the 5th grade. I mean, it will be sad to kind of walk out of here.
Yeah, it's a little bittersweet. It's good into my career, but it's definitely sad knowing that I've spent my whole life here.
Yeah, you did a nice little swan dive at the end there.
Yes.
Took a bow with your family and friends there.
Yeah, I'm known for that dive, and so I had to end on it, and so I love that dive, and everyone loves watching me do it. I used to get made fun of for doing it because it's considered like an easy dive, but I definitely perfected it, so everyone loves watching me do it, so that's why I chose to do it at the end.
All right, well, Reagan, you were in 2nd place there for quite a while, and did slip back to 3rd, but I mean, obviously 3rd place is still a heck of a finish.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle for the whole meet. It was more of a mental game for me, and it just went downhill because I was so nervous. But 3rd place is, I'm only a sophomore, so 3rd place I can still work on it.
Yeah. And what's it like when the leader was so far out ahead of everybody else? I mean, what's it like to be in that position where you're just chasing somebody who just keeps putting up ridiculous numbers?
You just have to only focus on yourself. You can't focus on who's in front of you or the outcome that you want. You just have to focus on one dive at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dad's over here watching the app on the phone. Are you guys watching that, or are you not paying attention to that at all? You guys know.
Yeah. That helps me see how much I need to do, what I need to catch up. That helps me a lot, actually.
Yeah. I think I added it up between you two and your sister Flannery. 13 top 10 finishes in the past few years here. So it's been kind of a Patterson domination here, tradition here at the state, I guess. I guess you got to continue. You're the only one left now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to watch you. Appreciate a great career.
Thank you.
And See you guys soon. Thanks a
Thank
bunch.
you.
Well, it's just amazing, like you saw in the video there, that was Lainey's 8th straight trip to the state championships in diving, so ever since she was in the 5th grade. But just an amazing legacy left by Lainey and obviously her sisters as well. And Reagan will carry on that torch for a couple of more years and try to get, continue to add on to what is already a great legacy of diving for the Madison Southern Patterson sisters. All right, going back to Monday was the Region 9 swim meet over at Eastern Kentucky University. And since the Madison County teams were moved over to Region 9 from Region 8 in 2018, the Patriots, Indians, Pirates, and Eagles have completely dominated the competition, and they did so again on Monday. 16 of the 22 individual and relay events were won by Madison County participants, and it was the 5th straight year that Madison Central won the girls title and the overall title, and the 4th straight year that Model has won the boys championship. Madison Central really dominated in the relay events. They won all 3 girls relay events and the boys 400 free, while Model won the other 2 relay events, the boys 200 free and the boys 200 medley. 2 individual titles for a couple of seniors from Model, Olivia Stotts and Victoria Taylor, and also for Marley Cooksey, a 7th grader from Madison Central. She took home 2 individual titles. Also individual titles for Madison Southern's Davis Pingleton, Madison Central's Lena Brown, and Model's Anthony Nasrallah and Colin Jackson. Lots of region records set over there. It was a very fast day in the pool on Monday over at EKU. Top 2 finishers in each event from each region go on to the state meet, and also a bunch of at-large bids are out there as well. We'll have a bunch of local Madison County athletes competing in the state swimming, which starts Friday at UK and goes into Saturday as well. So we'll get you complete coverage of that as well. We'll have a story up later this week telling you who all the entries are. But some kids who could really could make it to the podium there as well. Victoria Taylor in particular in the 100 breaststroke. She has a chance to compete for a state championship in her last season in high school. So, all right, well, moving on. We go on to Saturday. Down in Stearns, Kentucky, down in McCreary County, it was the Region 7 wrestling. And Madison Central put together an unbelievable performance. 13 of the 14 wrestlers that Madison Central sent to the region are going to the state. And Central wins its first region title since 2019 with a balanced, deep effort, 253 points to beat out Boyle County, who had 225 points for the title. Just really unbelievable. Central had got basically every wrestler that Central put in the event won at least one match in the championship round, which of course is in an event like this, it's all about trying to get as many points as you can. So they basically got points out of every wrestler, and that was the reason they were able to recapture that region title. 5 individual region champs for Madison County. Of course, Madison Central's Jeffrey Kinley, he won his 5th straight region title. Jonathan Kenley won the title at 132, and 3 champions from Madison Southern. Rocky Whitehead, his 3rd straight region title at 215. Chris Begley at 144, and Stephen Whitehead at 285. Madison Southern only had 7 wrestlers, but still finished in 6th place, so good showing from a small contingent from Madison Southern. The semi-states are going to be held this weekend at Great Crossing, and the winners from there will go on to the state championship in 2 weeks at George Rogers Clark High School. Madison Central, like I said, 13 of the 14 wrestlers they put in the event are going to move on. And the ones that are moving on, in addition to Jeffrey Kinley and Jonathan Gilbert, are Alex Craven, Carson Herbst, Lucas Core, Logan Cantrell, Lucas Hutchinson, Chase Inu, Brady Warwicks, Thomas Ashford, Max McCain, Diego Peltier, and Kyron Jackson. And also for Madison Southern, it's Braden Kelly moving on as well. All right, high school basketball. Like I said, last week of the regular season, and on last Tuesday we did have the district draw. And for the 12th time in the past 14 years, Madison Central and Madison Southern are on opposite sides of the draws for both the boys and the girls, so those teams would not meet until the finals. So here is the schedule. Monday, February the 21st, Southern and Model, 6:15 and 8:30 at Alumni Coliseum. And then Tuesday, it'll be Madison Central versus Berea Community, same thing, 6:30 and 8:15 at McBrayer Arena. Then the championship is on Thursday this year. A lot of times it's been on Friday, but this year it is on Thursday. So that's the setup heading into the last week of the regular season. And the last week was a busy week as well for almost all the high school basketball teams in the county. We will have Coach Feldhause here in a minute to talk about his team, but we want to start off the recap of the week that was with the Indians. And on Monday, they went up to Louisville and suffered a 63-57 loss to Evangel Christian. They bounced back Tuesday to pick up a very impressive 59-45 win at Lexington Catholic, and then Friday went down to Corbin and suffered a 70-61 loss to the Red Hounds. So they started off the week without Trey Skaggs, their point guard. He suffered a little bit of a back injury in a game a couple of weeks ago and did not play against either Evangel Christian or Lexington Catholic. Against Evangel Christian, it was Will Harden with 23 points and 13 rebounds, but the Indians were 6 of 19 from three-point range and couldn't pick up a win in a tough place to play up there in Louisville, in a tiny little gym up there. But on Tuesday, up at Lexington Catholic without their starting point guard, the Indians pulled off a victory over the team with the number 1 rated RPI ranking in the 11th region. All 5 starters played all 32 minutes, and it was Jalen Davis with 22 points, Will Harden with 13 points, Robbie Todd with 10 points and 13 rebounds. And after the game, our friend Paige Amarindo had a chance to talk to Coach Feldhause.
I'm Paige Amarindo here with Coach Al Philhouse, and I'm here today to talk about your win against Lexington Catholic, 59-45. How does it feel?
Did that surprise you?
It kind of surprised me. I mean, you beat the top-ranked team in the region.
Yeah, without our point guard, too.
Yeah, without Trey Skaggs.
In truth, I think in the long run that will really help us out with injuries and days. And it's definitely nice to see you on the ball and everyone make things better.
I think getting playing time, not even against like mediocre teams, it's a great team.
Exactly.
Like getting playing time is a
Eli
huge
steps up and
deal.
has 18 points.
Yeah.
I thought we got off to a good start. I thought our defense was stellar.
Yes.
Stellar. Robbie did a tremendous job on Potter. I think he's only 1 out of 7 in the first half. Jalen did a good job on line for so they're shooting Jalen's lines. It was our defense. We feed off our own defense.
How do you think, coming off a loss a few days ago, how do you think the team is developing? Like working as a team, keeping the stamina?
With our schedule, we're going to lose. I mean, we play so many good teams. When you go on the road to Louisville like last night, you're going to lose something.
Yeah.
But you just got to learn from it. Keep fighting. It's really proud of the way we came back against us.
How do you think tonight will go into region
I
championship?
thought for this game means absolutely nothing. Next time we play them,
Yes, it's a big deal.
it means something. Hopefully we'll have a trade that next time. We really miss a trade against their pressure because he's the one trade we have to go buy somebody to create opportunity. So, but it's still good to remember that.
What adjustments did you make without Trey tonight? What did you have to do during practice this week, knowing he was hurt?
I was more concerned after last night's game. I was more concerned about the psyche. We played Lexington Catholic. I mean, 30 years I've been there. We know their system. They know ours. So they really did a good job following us down the court. I thought the teams were speeding off the good start.
Yes. It was a good win tonight. Good job.
Indians were 10 of 20 from three-point range in that game as they knocked off the Knights up there in Lexington. Friday night they did have Trey Skaggs back down in Corbin, but there was that game featured a bit of a free throw discrepancy. The Red Hounds were 25 of 35 from the free throw line, whereas Central was 11 of 13. Robbie Todd, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and Will Harden, 20 points and 12 rebounds. The Indians are 17-9. They'll be back down in Laurel County again on Monday night to face South Laurel. Madison Southern had 3 games last week and was able to pick up a pair of wins. We'll start on Monday with a very exciting game down in Berea. It was 44th District rivals taking on each other. It's a model traveling down to Madison Southern, and it was the Eagles picking up an 83-43 win over the Patriots, but that really wasn't the story of this game. The story of this game was Jay Rose, the sophomore, hit 8 3-pointers, had a school record 48 points. He had 30 points at halftime. He was 15 of 22 from the field, 8 of 13 from three-point range, and he picked up a new school record. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Coach Austin Newton and Jay Rose.
All right, we're here at Madison Southern High School where the Eagles have picked up an 83-43 win over Model. That's Coach Austin Newton, and that guy right there is Jay Rose, who just scored 48 points, what we think is a new school record. So congratulations, Jay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Coach, you pulled him out of there with 48, man. Come on.
We heard the school record was 42 or 43, so we were trying to get him past that mark, and then all of a sudden I heard he was 48, and I had to pull him out. So that was my fault on not getting him those next two. But super proud of him. He played within himself, and he took all the right shots in the first half and just played a really great ball game.
Plus, if you hadn't missed a couple of free throws, you would have had 50.
That's exactly right. I got to work on free throws. That's what I'm doing when I get to the gym.
All right, well, man, you had 7 threes in the first half. Was this one of these nights where you were just kind of feeling it and just kind of go with the groove?
I was just in the groove, man. I mean, my teammates were setting me up for good shots, and I just felt like the game came to me. So it was a good game.
Yeah, and when a guy going like that, Austin, I guess you just like, because he wasn't really forcing shots or being selfish.
No, he took all the right shots, and he missed our last game at Lincoln County. He was sick, but as you can see, that day of rest really helped him for tonight. But we definitely missed his scoring at Lincoln County. We only scored 36 points, so he is a huge asset to us offensively, and he's finally learned the right shots and the right plays. And when he takes those right shots and makes the right plays, he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah, you been under the weather there Saturday?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too good when I woke up. A little sickness and cold and stuff, and I felt like flu type symptoms and stuff. Everything ended up checking out fine, but we just couldn't get the W out with the team. But I watched them; they played great. I feel like we played good defensively. It's just we lacked a little bit on offense, but we'll get it next time.
All right, busy week going to South Laurel tomorrow.
In South Laurel tomorrow, and then we got senior night here on Friday night against the Good Western Hills team. So it should be a fun week.
All right, well, once again, congratulations, Joe.
Appreciate it.
See you guys. Thanks. All right. Well, a day later, the Eagles were down in Laurel County and suffered a 71-52 loss to South Laurel in a game they actually had a 4-point halftime lead in, but it really had a horrible second half. Shot just 28.6% from the field in the third and fourth quarters, and that lead faded away into a lopsided loss. But it was Jay Rose again, 33 points, 5 of 11 from three-point range. Nobody else had more than 6 points for Central or Southern though. Braden Hudson and Hezekiah Fogle had 6 points each. But the Eagles did bounce back on Friday night at home on senior night to pick up a 69-62 win over Western Hills. It was Jay Rose with 28 points, senior Nate Turner with 15 points, Kshsa Nabi with 12 points. Southern shot 46.2% from the field and and led by as much as 14 points in the first half. 16-10 for the Eagles. They'll be back in action Tuesday at home against Franklin County. Well, the Model Patriots carried a 10-game losing streak into this week, and as you heard just a second ago, they lost to Southern on Monday to drop to an 11-game losing streak, but they bounced back with a win Tuesday over Trinity Christian in Lexington, 70-46, and then on Thursday, they took on 44th District rival Berea at home. These two teams had already played each other once back around Christmas time in a tournament over in Danville. The Model got up by as many as 15 points. The Pirates did battle back to get back within 4, but it was 71-65. The Patriots picking up the win, and after the game, we got a chance to talk to Thomas Luxon and Kshsa Bondari. All right, we're here at Model Lab School where the Patriots have picked up a 71-65 win over 44th District rival Berea Community. That's Thomas Luxon. That's Kshsa Bondari. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Thomas, you guys played them back in December in a tournament in Danville. Kind of what did you take from that first meeting? What was the scouting report tonight?
Well, the first meeting, I think it was pretty similar to this meeting. We knew they were going to come out with a chip on their shoulder just because we beat them the first time. We knew they were going to come out with a different kind of fire. So we were ready for that, and we knew kind of what their game plan was, so we just tried to stick to what we were good at, and I feel like it kind of worked.
Kshsa was a 3-point game at half after Quentin hit the big the half quarter there, but they came out, tried to press you guys, and it seemed like you guys handled the press pretty well.
Yeah, our coach set us up with a great game plan, and I'm just thankful we were all able to work hard and execute our game plan and just be able to handle the pressure and then get easy buckets.
Yeah, and Thomas, you guys have lost 11 straight. Talk about the win Tuesday up at Trinity Christian and kind of what that did just for your psyche and just for the whole attitude of the whole team.
Right. So obviously losing 11 straight, it kind of gets the whole team. It doesn't get us down, but it kind of just, I don't know. The taste in our mouth isn't the best. So to get a win last night was big for us. Just kind of build momentum going into districts. So to get that big win last night and then come in here today and beat Berea was pretty cool.
Yeah, Kshsa was 15. They got it back to 4. You guys missed a lot of free throws in the fourth quarter, but you're still able to get the job done.
Yeah, I need to get some work on the line for sure. I think it was 1 for 6 at the end, but we were able to close it out. Yeah, we did a great job at responding back to their run with a run of our own. I think that sealed the game for us.
Well, 2 wins in a row heading into the right part of the season, so you're heading in the right direction. So congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, Bondari had 31 points for Model. Luxon had 18. For Berea Community, it was 20 points from Quentin Morgan and 16 points from Cannon Cummins. And after that win over Berea, Model was back in action on Friday at Casey County came up a little bit short there, suffering a 49-46 loss. It was Thomas Luxon with 15 points and Kshsa Bendari with 12 points in that game. 5-20 on the season for the Patriots. They'll be back in action Tuesday at Nicholas County. And it was a busy week for the Berea Community Pirates. In addition to the game against Model on Monday, they suffered an 88-81 loss at home to Wellsprings Guardians. And then on Saturday, they snapped a 7-game losing streak with a 69-63 win over Estill County at home. Estill County had whipped them pretty good over in Irvine a couple of months ago, so a really good win for the Pirates to bounce back and pick up a victory there. In the loss to Wellsprings Guardians, it was Quentin Morgan, 26 points, Trenton Wilson with 14 points, and then in the win over Estill County, it was Quentin Morgan with 30 points, Trenton Wilson with 15 points, and Cameron Puckett with 10 points. Pirates are 15-9 on the season. They'll be back in action Monday at Hazard. Going over to the girls' side of high school basketball, the Model Lady Patriots began the season with lots of different goals, but one of the biggest goals was they wanted to win 20 games, which would have been a school record. 2 years ago, they won 19. They wanted to get to 20, and on Friday night, it was mission accomplished as they picked up a 63-42 win at home over Sayre to pick up that 20th win of the season. It was Keaton Hall, 25 points, Taylor LeCompte, 18 points and 14 rebounds, and Ek Lawson with 9 points and 12 rebounds. And after the game, I got a chance to talk to their 3 seniors, Keaton Hall, Kenzie Ferguson, and Taylor LeCompte.
We're here at Model Lab School where the Lady Patriots have picked up a 63-42 win over Sayre to give them 20 wins on the season, a new school record. Keaton Hall, Kenzie Ferguson, Taylor LeCompte, congratulations, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start off with Taylor. 20 wins. This is the goal you guys set for yourself at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been easy, but you guys got here with a week to go.
Yeah, thank God. Honestly, it's a big milestone. We're all proud of it. We're all happy. It's great.
Yeah, Keaton. I mean, it's been some bumps along the way, including tonight with you. So, but,
we had to go through a 2 and 24 season. That was rough. That was our 8th grade year. We have been talking about it all season, and our sophomore year we got 19 wins, so we were right there, and so we just wanted it so bad, and we got it. That's awesome. We worked so hard for it,
Well, Kenzie, you guys played Sayre back in December, and I think you were in the hospital when they played that game with the appendix. But you're back out there tonight. Looks like you're back at full strength, feeling good?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. It's that's been the topic lately because I was out. Yes, it does feel great to be out. When we first played Sayre, we were actually missing me and Ek both during the holiday when we played the Holiday Classic this year. So I was definitely excited to, I wouldn't say get revenge, but I was also excited that we got to play together as a team this time and actually put it out there because we wanted 20 wins. We had those waters ready in there, in the hit 20. It's always fun spraying water all over the coaches and stuff, so it was great.
Yeah, Coach Cummins got a little drenched in there.
Yeah.
And Keaton, you feeling okay? I know you fell and banged your knee. Hopefully you're all right.
Yeah, I should be good for tomorrow. Just gonna rest and ice a little bit. And yeah. I should be back.
And that's a week before matchup with Southern, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And the district tournament.
Yep, we're ready.
We
are so ready. I don't even know what to say. Literally, that's what we're going to win.
There we go. You heard it here.
There.
Confidence.
You heard it here.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, it was a memorable week for the Lady Patriots in a lot of ways, in addition to picking up that 20th win. On Tuesday, they went up to Kentucky Country Day and picked up a 58-42 win. In that game, Keaton Hall became the school's all-time leading scorer, 1,370 points, passing Darian Botts at 1,365 for the school record. And also, Kenzie Ferguson picked up her 500th career rebound in that game as well. As you saw in the video there, Keaton Hall did suffer a little bit of a knee injury in the game on Friday against Sayre. She did not play on Saturday when the team took on McCreary Central at home, and it was the Patriots coming up a little bit short, 48-40 loss. Without their leading scorer and point guard in the lineup, the Lady Patriots still were up at halftime, but they weren't able to hold on to the lead. It was Ek Lawson with 14 points and Kenzie Ferguson with 12 points. 20-7 on the season for the Lady Patriots. They'll be back in action Tuesday at Wolfe County. Very, very busy week for the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. They had four games last week and were able to pick up 3 wins. They were two home games, 2 road games. Will start off on Monday night at home. Picked up a 73-41 win over Frankfort. On Tuesday, they lost at home to Lafayette 54-52 in overtime. On Friday, they went up to Bryan Station and picked up a 48-41 win. And then on Saturday, a 45-42 win at Estill County. In the win over Frankfort, it was Hadley French 15 points and Ashland Eastep with 12 points. In the loss to Lafayette, it was Hadley French 14 points and Macy Daniels 16 points. In the win over Bryan Station, it was Morgan Flannery with 15 points and 7 rebounds. And in the win over Estill County, it was Hadley French and Morgan Flannery, both with 16 points. 18-10 on the season for the Lady Eagles. They'll be back in action Wednesday at Lexington Catholic. Madison Central's girls were on the road for a couple of games this week and picked up a couple of hard-fought wins. On Monday, it was 58-56 over Great Crossing, and then on Saturday, it was 58-43 at Casey County. In the win on Monday over Great Crossing, Bailey Hensley 20 points, 12 rebounds, and she had the game-winning putback at the buzzer to give the Lady Indians a big road victory. Eden Carter had 9 points in that game. Brittany Campbell, 7 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. In the game against Casey County on Saturday, it was Hensley with 19 points and 10 rebounds, Brittany Campbell with 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, and Natalia Strader with 10 points and 4 rebounds. 10-12 on the season for the Lady Indians. They'll be back in action Thursday at Dunbar. And it's kind of a rough week for the Berea community. Lady Pirates, they do not have leading scorer Madison Howell for the rest of the season because of a knee injury. On Monday, they did pick up a 58-20 win at home over Bourbon County, but then on Tuesday, suffered a 52-33 loss at Spencer. Friday, a 64-45 loss at Scott County, and then on Saturday, a 62-37 loss at Mercer County. In the win over Bourbon County, it was Chesney Levens with 13 points, Abby Beard with 11 points, and then on Saturday against Mercer County, it was Chesney Levens with 16 points as well. Lady Pirates 20-6 on the season. Be back in action Monday at home against Lexington Catholic. USA South Women's Basketball. The final game of the conference schedule for the Lady Mountaineers of Berea College turned out to be a one-game showdown for the USA South Western Division title against Piedmont on Saturday. And it was the Lady Mountaineers picking up an 81-73 win to claim their 4th straight division title. It was Aaliyah Hampton with 22 points, Bailey Vanover with 21 points, 9 rebounds and 4 assists on senior night, and Destiny Combs with 13 points and 17 rebounds. They'll be the top seed coming out of the USA South Western Division when the conference tournament gets started later this week. Berea was 24 of 33 from the free throw line in that game to help them pick up a season sweep of Piedmont, who they had beaten on the road last month. 20-4 for the Lady Mountaineers, 14-1 in the conference. They will play one more non-conference game Tuesday at home against Asbury University. All right, moving on to EKU basketball. The Colonels, men and women, were both back out on the road again this past week, which has not been a good thing for either team here recently. We'll start off with the men. The road has not been kind to the Colonels, and it wasn't again this week. They fell at Jacksonville 81-68 on Wednesday, and then they fell at Lipscomb 83-73 on Saturday. 10 straight road losses for the Colonels. Braxton Beverly and Jansen Williams didn't play in either one of those games. Devontae Blanton was back, but still seemed kind of limited to what he was able to do. It was those 2 losses dropped EKU to 11-15, 3-9 in the A-Sun. They're in 5th place in the A-Sun Western Division. Against Jacksonville, it was Cooper Robb and Kurt Lewis with 14 points each, but EKU was 9 of 35 from three-point range. And against Lipscomb, it was Michael Moreno, 17 points, Kurt Lewis with 15 points, but the Colonels shot just 37% from the field. Colonels will be back in action at home, luckily, hopefully, after the road troubles they've had, but they'll be back in action Wednesday at home against North Alabama. The EKU women were able to pick up a split on the road, 77-60 loss on Wednesday at Jacksonville, then an 82-69 win on Saturday at Lipscomb, which snapped a 4-game road losing streak. Against Lipscomb, it was 5 players in double figures. Ariel Kirkwood with 16 points and 8 rebounds. Alice Recanati and Jayla Johnson with 15 points, and Bria Bass with 10 points and 12 rebounds. The Colonels were 23 of 29 from the free throw line, and EKU will be back in action at home on Thursday against North Alabama. And lastly, we'd like to give an update on the story we brought to you last week. Tyler Scarberry and Morgan Sparks from the Madison Central bowling team advanced to the state KHSA state bowling tournament in the unified division, and they competed on Wednesday up in Louisville, and they went through the preliminary rounds and had the second best score of any team in the tournament, and then they picked that, so they received a bye in the first round, and then picked up a win before falling in the semifinals to North Bullitt 158 to 132. They were the Region 8 champs, and they had a great season, so congratulations to Tyler and Morgan. So it's a lot of stuff there. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good things going on in this county. And it's like I always say, I appreciate everybody helping get this information to me, so I couldn't pass that along to you guys without someone giving it to us. So thanks to all the stat keepers, coaches, parents, and everybody who helps us out. I really do appreciate that. So, well, coming up here in just a minute, we're going to have a nice sit-down interview with our old buddy, Coach Alan Feldhause of the Madison Central Boys Basketball team. We'll be right back.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined by Madison Central Boys Basketball Coach Alan Feldhause.
Thanks for having me, Nathan.
Thanks for coming by, man.
No problem. No problem.
Well, you have been doing this a long time, man. 3+ decades at Madison Central, and I got to say this probably has to be the craziest season you've ever had. I mean, just with what you guys went through before the game, before the season started, during the season, you've had your ups and downs. I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, you're basically playing with about 6-7 kids, but still have 17 wins and still one of the better teams in the 11th region.
Yeah, I mean we've done it most of the season, so and we're used to it now. I mean, and truthfully, when you get into tournament play on a normal year, I might have a 7-man rotation, usually not much deeper than that. And this year we've at least got it to where we've got 6, and I mean I can live with that. We just can't afford to get in foul trouble, and we've really been very fortunate until last night was really the first thing. Everybody's going to get in foul trouble when they go down there. I just promise you. So I think we're averaging 9.8 going into last night. We're averaging 9.8 fouls per game because we can't afford to. Yeah. And our guys do play pretty good position defense, and our interior players, Will and Robbie, both are smart as far as keeping their hands up. But some places you go to, that's not enough.
Corbin shot 35 free throws on Friday night, folks. 35 of them. Yeah, made 25 of them. I think you guys shot 13.
13, I think.
That's life on the road.
You can't expect it. You can't expect it when you go there.
But no, I mean this group of kids. I mean, you kind of jokingly called them the Iron Five, and you really maybe call that 6 now because Eli's getting in there a little bit more as well. But I mean, especially when Trey's healthy, and hopefully he'll be back soon. Trey, Robbie, Will, and Jalen are basically playing 32 minutes a game.
Yeah, they did last night. I mean, Trey played last night. He was, I don't think he was back. I don't think he was back to 100%. I think it was more mental than anything. So, yeah, we got to get him back to where he was. But really, missing Trey those 2 games probably helped us out in the long run because it gave Eli an opportunity to get in there and get some quality minutes against some good teams. Evangel Christians are a really good team, especially up there in that little gym of theirs. And then, of course, Eli hit some big shots against Lexington Catholic. That was a good win for us over there at Lexington Catholic without Trey. So that's what I told the guys. I said, win or lose, I think this is going to help us with Trey being out because we're getting Eli in there. Hopefully he'll be comfortable and when we get to tournament time.
Yeah, when you first started going to this rotation, Eli and Parker Mullins were I don't want to say they didn't look that confident. They would never shoot. It was always pass. But you could just see the confidence in both those young men growing, and they're like I said, Eli had 10 against Catholic.
Yeah,
had 10. So.
And both of those guys were supposed to be our main JV players. I mean, had things turned out the way they were supposed to, had Kenyatta not got hurt, and had Hagan got eligible. I mean, those would have been 2 really good junior varsity players, but. When you're thrown for a loop like that, you got to make some adjustments and next man up. So they've answered the call, and of course, both of them played a little JV early, but we got to the point where we got to have you guys, so we're keeping them out, and that's our 6 that we're sticking with.
Yeah, well, you went there, so I'm gonna give you the open forum here. I know you've been very vocal about the KHSA not clearing Hagan Harrison, so if you say what you want to say, what you haven't already said. I mean, you've been pretty vocal about it.
I get upset because there's so many people that get the transfers every year. I won't mention any names, but people know who I'm talking about. And I mean, I've been at Madison Central this is my 29th year, and we've never had any. And we got Robbie, of course, this year because his dad took the EKU women's job. So I mean, that was a no-brainer. Hagen's coach leaves at Montgomery County, and he didn't want to stay there. And Coach Wright, who was the coach, called me up and said, Hagen Harrison wants to come to Madison Central and play. I said, Coach, fee and Rose, I'll coach the heck out of it. I mean, that's all. I mean, that's all I said. And then, of course, his appeal and stuff didn't go through.
Three appeals.
Yeah, didn't go through, and I hate it for him. We really say, well, you can play JV, but he's not a JV player, and our JV's better, truthfully, when he's not playing, because they look to him to do so much. So we didn't even play him. And I told him, I guess before last, I said, you're done, JV. You just practice hard against us, and let's look forward to next year. And our JV played really good down there last night because they knew they didn't have him, and everybody else, they played more like a team. So it's just frustrating when we play these other teams, and some of them have 2 or 3 transfers every single year, and we can't get one. But it is what it is. There's rules, and they go by those rules. But
well, Hagen had 1,200 points at Montgomery County. I mean, he's a really good player. People maybe don't realize that, but I mean, he'd be the leading scorer in the county right now if he was active.
Right, and he could be one of our leading scorers too. I just tell you. I mean, yes, he's really good. So I think he said, well, it's gone by faster. It's gone by faster than I thought it would this year, having to sit out. So I know he's looking forward to next year, and he's kept a good attitude about it. I mean, there's nothing you can do. He's got to take it and look forward to next year.
Yeah. Well, I think, like I said at the top of the show here, you guys have obviously been doing this a long time, but I think just talking to you, I get the feeling Will Harden's probably one of your favorite players you've ever coached here.
Yeah, he's just, yeah. I mean, he's
you don't want to play favorites or anything.
Old school. You just know what you're going to get. He doesn't have bad days where he's not into it. You just know what you're going to get, and he's just had an unbelievable career. And if he's not the 11th Region Senior of the Year this year, I think the KBC, I think it comes out Friday. I think the voting was over last night. It'll be a travesty. I'll just be honest with you. When you look at the seniors this year in 11th Region, he's averaging almost a double-double, and against the competition that we play, which is second to none. Just go to the RPIs and look at your opponent's winning percentages, and ours is by far the best. So he's putting those numbers up against that type of competition night in and night out. So yeah, he's just been a pleasure to coach, and he and Robbie both just same type of mentality, same type of work ethic. They're both a coach's dream.
Yeah, has Will been watching some old YouTube footage of Dirk Nowitzki there? He's kind of doing the
all Will watches he watches his golf.
Golf.
Of course, they had the state tournament draw there yesterday, and I was watching it there in my office. And Will walks by my office, the locker room. He's got his phone out. I said, "You watching the draw?" "No, Coach, I'm watching the Phoenix Open." I said, I should have known. He loves that golf.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's been a lot of fun to watch, and a lot of fun to watch is Jalen Davis shoot the basketball. I mean, probably one of the purest shooters we've seen around here in a long time.
Against Catholic, he really put on a show. At one shot after he hit a couple there in the second half, and 1-on-4 on a fast break, he pulls up from 30 right in front of the bench. But when he's hit a couple like that, I don't have any problem with it. When he's feeling, I can tell when he's feeling. We just got to get Jalen stronger. I mean. Last night, he's had 2 games in the last 3 where somebody really tried to get up in him physically, and he's got to get where he can handle that, and he's got to be more consistent. And he struggles when somebody tries to be physical with him. It's because he needs more strength. He needs to put on 10 or 15 pounds. But as far as I feel good. As long as he takes a good 3-point shot, I feel good every time he goes to shoot it. I mean, it's effortless, even from range. But he just needs to add more to his game, and the part he's missing is because of a lack of strength. So he's really got to focus in this off season and put on 15 pounds. He needs 15 pounds if he wants to be successful and have a chance of playing Division I college basketball. I mean, there's a lot of people that can shoot, but there's not a lot of people that shoot that's 6'6" or 6'5" and has those long arms, but he's got to get some meat on those bones so he's not pushed around so much.
Yeah.
And he doesn't shoot enough free throws. I mean, his free throw percentage is like 80-something%, which would qualify him to be one of the tops in the state. But he hadn't shot enough, and that's because of that lack of strength and knowing how to draw fouls like Will does when he gets in the paint. I mean, if you're going to be a scorer, you got to get to the free throw line more, and he's not getting the free throw line enough.
Yeah, you guys have picked up a lot of good wins along the way, but I think Tuesday when you went up there without Trey and you beat Catholic, I think you turned a lot of people's heads by picking up that win.
Yeah, and on the road too. Mm-hmm. But really, I don't call those games within the region when you go on the road. I don't really call those road games because they're our officials. It's when you go to those other it's when you go to those other
Corbin.
That's a road game. When you go to Evangel Christian, that's a road game. When you go to Covenant Catholic, that's a road game. And it's hard to make. I mean, you could talk to your guys about how tough it is and how tough you have to be to go in environments like that and win. But I don't think it really registers until they're 10 points down in the first quarter or something like that. And then you're in a dogfight because you're giving a team like Corbin confidence. And then when you start to fight back, and then there's other variables that kind of keep you from getting over the hump.
Yeah. Well, Robbie went back and looked, and he really didn't play that much at Rowan. I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe he'd put up some big numbers there, but he didn't play a lot. I mean, what did you kind of know about him when he came in?
Well, I mean, I'd seen him play a couple times. They played down here last year in our Brent Ray Classic. He had a really good game when they played. I think they played Southwestern, or no, they played Somerset, but Coach Dunbar was the coach. So, and of course, I remember him when he played at Dunbar too. Of course, he was young then as a freshman and sophomore. I mean, I saw his numbers. Of course, he was playing with Mason Moore too, who's one of the leading scorers in the state at Round County, who was averaging 30. So I'm sure he didn't get as many touches as he wanted to. But I mean, Mason was a really good player. So I think he's really improved since we've gotten him. And Robbie's young. He's going to graduate at 17. He's one of those kids, and I think had they known at the time that May 1st was that deadline to get that extra year for COVID, had they known at that time that he would be coming to Madison Central, well, they've already told me they would have jumped on that. I mean, he would love to have another year with us because he doesn't turn 18 until August. Wow. So I mean, he would have been a perfect candidate for that COVID year just because of he's young. He's a young senior. And I think he's really bought into our program. I think he's really enjoyed it at Madison Central. I know we've enjoyed having him. I sure would like to have him for one more year though.
He's just tough, man. I mean,
he is
double machine every night.
Yeah, he is, and 6'7", and he just works. I mean, he puts in a lot of extra time in the gym, on his own. Works his tail off in the weight room. I mean, he and Will, you don't ever have to challenge them to work hard. I mean, they're leaders. They lead by example. Both of them are quiet, but they lead by example. They go about their job, and they bring their lunch pail every day.
Yeah, and Trey, you need a little more offense out of him this year.
And it's better.
He has been.
It's been better. It's been a little
getting to the basket, driving.
Little setback because he's gotten stronger. Yeah. I mean, he's over 200 pounds. We still have to tell him to shoot. I still like for him to shoot more, but it's much better than last year. So you got to take baby steps, I guess, to get there. And we've got him for another year, thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, it just keeps getting tougher and tougher. Here we go down the end of the season in South Laurel on Monday down there, and then Bourbon County,
Tuesday.
and then Cath comes back here on the back end of that.
Yeah, we're actually trying to because we're one short really. We're working on trying to find something for Wednesday too. So I've got some feelers out there, and we're just going to kind of wait and see. So I like to play that 30 game because Jalen's getting close to that 1,000 point mark. Of course, Will got his, and we'll probably wait to that senior night to present them because they both got it on the road. We'll get it on the road because Jalen should get it Monday night. So we'll probably wait till senior night when we got a good crowd and playing a top 5 team in the state to give them their 1,000 point balls.
Yeah. We had the district draw last week, and you usually don't come to that. I know, and kind of superstition with you not to come to that. And same thing with the 11th region. You don't usually show up for that too.
Yeah, I usually go to the only year. I think for just one year I didn't go to 11th region draw because I think I was driving to SEMO to watch Ashton play. But most of the time I go to the 11th region draw. But I haven't been to the district draw forever. I just tell Robbie, just kind of let us know whenever they draw. So
I mean, there's such a controversy there with the seeding, but you guys have really kind of always stayed above that and been like, we'll play whoever we don't care. And,
well, I mean,
12 out of the last 14 years, you guys in Southern have been on the opposite side of the bracket, so it's broken that way.
Yeah.
The majority of the time.
I mean, I don't think it's ever going to change. I'm not going
Two
to waste my time.
Big schools,
Yeah, it's the same way up at home at Mason County. They're one of the, I guess there's like three or four, and they're one of the ones. So they stayed away from Bracken County this year. That was a big thing because they're the two best teams in that district. So no, I don't lose any sleep over that. If you draw Madison Southern, you draw Madison Southern. If you get beat, you get beat. So you go home. So I don't worry about that. We just let me know who we play. We'll try to get ready.
Well, that'll be next week. Not that we got one more week of the regular season to go, and we could have a Central Southern final on Tuesday, not this Thursday, but the Thursday after that. So that's always fun over there at McBrayer.
Yeah, well, it's good that hopefully
we don't want to dismiss Model and Berea. We're not
just getting games in the Coliseum before regional tournament too, because the atmosphere is a little bit different, the background's a little bit different, but winning that district is very important the way things are set up now because you get to host that first region game at home, and that was, I mean, last year that paid off huge for us, getting to host the number one team in the state who got upset in the district in our gym in Lexington Catholic. So I kind of like that. As long as we can win, I kind of like that format.
That was an electric environment. That was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was electric for last year because we hadn't had any fans, and I think they had 250 tickets for each side, but there was more. We had more than 250. We had more than 250 in there, so it was by far an electric environment for last year. This year, I would expect it to be a lot better.
And who knows what the student section theme will be that night?
You can always trust them to come up with something good.
All right. Well, the Indians are at South Laurel on Monday, then back home Tuesday for Bourbon County, and then also on Friday against Cov Cath at home, and maybe another game in there as well. That's how the whole season's been.
We're working.
The schedule's just been like.
I've been very fortunate when we lose games like the Sky. I've always been able to pick one up because I picked up Boyle County on the spur of the moment, and I actually got Madison Southern and Garrett County to play. I think at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I set those two games up for Saturday night. So I've been very fortunate. I mean, because we're not picky as to who we play. Of course, you're on this. All coaches are on this coaches listserv where coaches put out, we're looking for games on these dates, and we'll send out, we'd love to play, and you'll hear crickets. There's nothing. So a lot of people put that out, but they only want to play who they want. We don't care. We just want to get the games in.
All right, I'm going to show you this. I showed this to Karen. I have not shown this to you. I'm sure you've seen this before, and we'll put this up on the screen so everybody else can see too. This is you guys from your first year, from the yearbook, in your first year together.
Look at that. Yeah,
Isn't that unbelievable?
Long. Well, that's 29 years ago.
29 years ago.
Yeah, I think those first 5 years, I probably wouldn't got that picture taken to put in the yearbook. I don't think I've had one in that yearbook in the last 25 years. A lot more gray hair now than I had there, I promise you that.
A friend of mine had that yearbook, and we were like, let me look at that, and you guys are right there together.
Yeah, we look like
I got to take a picture of that.
Kids there. We did.
That was a long time ago.
Yes.
A lot of wins between then and now.
A lot of good times. And a lot of great people to work with. A lot of great basketball players. She's had some great cheerleaders and a lot of faculty members that when we retired from teaching 2 or 3 years ago, we were about the oldest ones. I don't know a lot of them over there now. They're all the age that I was then. So a lot of water under the bridge.
Yeah. Well, it's like somebody asked me the other day. They're like, "How much longer is he going to keep doing that?" And and a lot of people thought after you won the state championship, you might be ready to step away. And you told me, you're like, "What else am I going to do?
I don't know
anything.
I don't know anything else to do. And as long as I enjoy it, I'm going to keep doing it. And I miss Ashton coaching and living in Florida. And my youngest, Addison, she just got a job. She's a graphic designer, just got a job with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So she's moving down there next week. So I'll actually have 2 down there. So eventually Karen and I, but we'd love to be in Florida, but we still enjoy what we're doing.
We enjoy the brand of basketball you put out and the success you guys have. It's a lot of fun to watch.
We appreciate it. We appreciate
you coming by. And that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. Like we said, we're heading down the last week of the regular season. So keep tuned to our social media sites, Richmond R Sports on Twitter and Register Sports on Facebook, and we'll get you all those games and also heading into the district tournament next week. And we'll be right back here next Sunday with a brand new show. We'll see you then.
See ya.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by KYmedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.